forth with us for an hour when I kicked you out of the apartment.
That was okay.
Thank you.
No
Thank you.
sweat.
Everyone should know that Ryan Sickler is very easygoing and nice, and right now my favorite person today.
I'm sorry for my cough. Oh, but thank you for saying that. Everybody should know that. You're right. Oh, goddamn.
This has been a long time coming, too.
We've been talking about this forever.
Fuck. I know. Every time I see you, I'm like, am I going to get you naked this week? What's going to happen?
You got it.
So, yay. All right. So, shoulders. Oh, yeah. You're crooked.
I'm crooked.
Yeah, you are.
That's what happens when you carry a 4-year-old toddler on your right hip 99% of the time.
Okay, you're not allowed to complain because you have a 4-year-old female toddler. I have penises.
Yeah.
So.
How many?
3.
3 boys?
3 boys plus John, so 4.
You 4 penises.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up with 2 brothers, so it was all penises. I wanted a daughter.
I wanted a daughter too. In fact, I'm such an asshole. When I found out Brody, our youngest, was a boy, I called John crying. And I'm like, what did you do to all your girl sperm? And he's all, so I take it we're having a boy. I'm like, yeah, yay, but what the fuck, John?
Just one. Oh my God. Have you made anybody cry on here from the pain?
Not on the podcast. I had, Kevin Mack told me I had to go softer on him because he thought I was on steroids.
Oh.
And
you're probably like, this is a 2.
Right? Like,
I think Isaac complained too, no?
Oh, and Brian Moses won't let me touch him.
At all?
At all.
You think it's too strong?
He said it was the worst podcast he's ever been on.
Well, he was jacked up and then...
But
this is already the best podcast I've ever been on.
But on Saturday, he came into the kitchen straight to me and he's like, Joy, I messed up my shoulder. And I'm like, wait, is this Brian Moses talking to me right now? And he's like, just shut up and put your elbow in my shoulder. I'm like, I don't think I want to. And he's like, please. I'm like, okay. And then I did it and I fixed his shoulder. I got it to work better. And he was all, still the worst thing ever. I'm like, you sought me out, motherfucker.
I used to go get, Christina Pajitsky recommended this place to go get Thai massages years ago. And I've been like 4 times, but I did a whole bit about it on my first album, which is available on iTunes and Amazon.
Boom. Professional.
They went so hard. And just as a guy, I didn't want to wave the white flag out of pride and ego. You know, like I can't let a woman get the best of me. Bullshit. And when I'm in pain, I tend to I just laugh. Like she would go hard and I'd be like, oh, like that, you know. And she would feel it and go harder and harder. I'm like, ah. So then finally I was so sore the next day that when I went back the next time, I was like, listen, you got to go medium on that. Because she was using a walker, you know, they straddle you and they walk on your back and shit. And I was like, this is all bullshit right here.
Did you say medium or schmedium? Like, let's just do a schmedium.
Let's go to schmedium.
I took that completely differently when you said walker. I was like, I thought it was an old lady. And I was like, Jesus, how sensitive are you?
I'll be honest with you. I was face down almost the whole time and eyes covered. I could have been a senior citizen. They're fucking me up. Am I allowed to cuss?
Oh, yes, please. It's called Happy Endings.
Okay.
I had a lady, she was 98. Her daughter had to drive her to the chiropractor's office. And the sad thing is...
98?
Yes, none of this is embellished. She was Asian. And she kept yelling at me to go harder.
Really?
She was the size of my leg. And I'm going to break you. And then she called me an American pussy.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know if she had Alzheimer's, if she was just a crotchety old whore bag, but I fucking...
God, what does she think Brian Moses must be? Super pussy.
I rammed my elbow in her so hard.
Oh, God, that right there hurts so bad. It was good.
And her daughter, at the end, I came out and I'm like, your mom's gonna be bruised. And she's like, did she call you names? I'm like, she called me an American pussy. And she's all, sorry.
Sorry, she has English Tourette's.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, is that a term of endearment in Vietnam? Like, I don't know, but thankfully they tipped me really well. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm well, don't bring her back. Please?
I'm going to tell you about the last massage I went to go get.
Okay.
So, I wanted to go to like Burke Williams, and all these girls I know kept saying, don't go there, go to the Korean spas downtown. It's the same shit. It's a lot cheaper. We go to the women's, we go to the women's, we go to the women's. And I'm like, okay, well, enough of you ladies have said it. Let me check it out. So it was Mother's Day a couple of years ago, and my daughter's with her mom, and I was like, you know what? When I'm a single parent, I'm dad and mom, I'm going to go treat myself to a massage.
Oh.
I go to the spa in Koreatown. And I walk in, there's two little Korean ladies at the front. I don't know, I've never been here, I know nothing. They don't speak English, and I'm asking them if someone could give me a tour, and the lady handed me a towel, and in broken English said, you figure it out, she said. Damn. So when I walked back into the men's room, I realized that the women's is probably way different from the men's, because very quickly, not only am I intuitive, but when they tell you that, hey, you're pretty much the only straight guy in this whole entire place. I had no idea. No idea. So I was like, well, whatever, let's embrace this shit. So I go in, and I get in the hot tub, and they tell you, at like 1:20, someone's going to come get you. Just, your number is whatever, 50. So I get in, and I realize these guys aren't there. They're not there to have sex, but they're definitely there to connect for later. You know what I mean? And maybe there are men, so maybe there is a room where they all know the password, and I don't know what the fuck's going on, and they're all having a good time.
Maybe that was the password. You figure it out.
Oh, maybe I should have said that to somebody.
I figured it out.
So, like, my time is, the guy comes and calls me, and I'm like, wait, I'm not getting a massage by a lady? And he's like, no, it's me. I'm like, oh man, this is not what I wanted, And I'll tell you the story I had of a massage, one other massage in my life by a guy, which, by the way, was fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
So, I'm like, oh man, this is like this. He's like middle-aged Korean dude with really bad feet and flip-flops. Okay, and he puts me on this table, and it's not even your own private room. There's like 12 other tables in this big ass room. And maybe there's 3 or 4 other people getting the same thing done. And he just takes this sandpaper and starts exfoliating my body. Like, it feels awesome, but he's also taking buckets of water and just washing that shit off my body. And then he's like, okay, go over there and shower now. And I'm like, am I stepping in all this dead skin everywhere? It was so nasty. All over the floor. I go shower. There's recliners lined up in front of the shower so people could sit and watch you. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense for guys that like guys. So I go back and I get the rest of this massage, and like that feels so good. In my mind I'm like, well, they always say erections are normal, but this is a guy, and so he turns me over, and when I am face down in the table like I am right now, I see his fucking toes and those flip-flops, and my dick was like, you don't have to worry about anything from here. We're good to go from here. So it just wasn't a satisfying experience.
So was that your first time experimenting?
And I was like, but it just wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't. It was dirty. It wasn't. The hygiene, just nasty. I'm like, are you spraying this down after I leave? Like, no. Like, so somebody's walking on all this old dead skin. It's just nasty.
That is nasty.
Oh.
So I left there, and I was like, I'm going to go where the fuck I said I was going to go in the first place, to Burke Williams. And I get there, and Burke Williams on Mother's Day is closed to men.
Oh.
And I went in the next time, and I said, well, are you closed to women on Father's Day? And they said no. And I said, well, just so you know, as a person who co-parents, when my kid's with me, I'm mom and dad. So you shouldn't be throwing any extra love to the moms that you ain't throwing to the dads. And maybe you just have like a table or two on Mother's Day where guys could come in and get a massage. And I don't think they gave a shit about what I said.
I will say the last 3 years I've massaged at least 2 men on Mother's Day.
Yeah, good. So the other time, I worked at this hotel, and we had this lady that was a masseuse. She was Russian, and she was, like you say, like she'd cripple you if she would even tell you, like, don't even fucking test me. She said the same thing, like, you look like a pussy, you know. And one time, she was unavailable, and she said, well, my husband is available, and he's professional this. And I would tell other men that too, and a lot of guys just were like, nah, I'm just not down for that, I'd rather a lady. So one time I decided, well, you know, because they would give you a free massage, you could tell people. And I was like, I'm going to get a massage from this dude. Because he just looked like anyway, the dude ends up being, remember, I don't know if I'm going to butcher her name, Nadia Comaneci? Remember, she got like a perfect 10. She was this little Russian gymnast.
Vaguely.
He ended up being her trainer back in the day. So this dude knew the fucking body, and he gave me, no offense, this is fantastic so far. You're right there. The best massage I've ever had in my fucking life.
I know.
Like a scientific massage. You know what I mean? This dude, and I would even say, look, no offense to this guy's wife, but man, this guy right here is a scientist back there. You should. So a lot of dudes started doing it, and they would come down and be like, thank you so fucking much. I was like, you're welcome, bro.
He's a massage scientist.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
a sizable knot.
That is a sizable knot.
That's like Texas right there. Oh, fuck. God.
Now, have you ever broken anything? Any?
Bones? Or hearts, girl? What's up?
No, let's talk about hearts.
I wouldn't say I broke them. I just mess up a lot.
So you're male, okay.
Yeah. Bones, let's see. I have broken bones. My jaw's been broken.
Oh.
Broken heart, broken jaw.
I got jumped in
In a breakup?
No, that would have been easier probably. I got jumped at a concert when I was wasted. I was just an idiot that was next to unconscious already, and these guys that were just drunk and full of testosterone wanted to fight and ripped me out of the back of this Jeep, and I fell on my head and got knocked out, and then the guy just started kicking my jaw until he broke it.
Was that a Celine Dion concert?
It was Celine Dion.
Yeah.
It was. We were front row. I was like, get him, Renee. Wasn't that her ex? Or her, he passed, I believe, her husband.
Oh, did he?
He did, yeah. He was too old to jump in.
Yeah.
When they die, are
That's
they
what happened.
still your exes?
I wouldn't say, I think they
No,
were
it's
married,
just-
so it wasn't an ex.
yeah.
I should say her,
But I mean,
she's a widow,
like,
right?
okay,
Yeah.
so let's say you're married.
Can we just throw some love from the fact that I knew the guy's name was Renee?
Yeah,
You did.
you did.
Congratulations. I'm
I'm-
very proud of you as a
I'm trying to-
Canadian. I'm
That's right. She's
happy.
she's a proud Canadian.
I don't know. I'm still convinced it was a Celine Dion concert, and I'm just a fucking psychic now. Like,
It wasn't that far off. It was the Eagles Hell Freezes Out tour.
Shut your dirty mouth.
It was in '94 in Irvine, and I went. I was 20. I was out here for college. I went to that thing, and it was, oh goddamn! It was when I learned the power of wine, because I went with my buddy and his brother brought his girlfriend. It was the four of us, and we drove in this old Toyota Land Cruiser, and those old ones, the back seats don't face the windshield like the driver and passenger. They face each other like an airport shuttle. You know what I mean? You sit across from each other. And it's a beautiful day, and we drive down, and we're drinking beer, and we're smoking our weed, and we run out of beer. But the whole time we're making fun of our friend's brother, Rick, because he's drinking wine with his girlfriend, and we're calling him an American pussy. So
in a Vietnamese accent for some reason.
And we run out of beer, so we start drinking wine like it's beer. And I passed out in the concert. I missed the whole entire thing except for Joe Walsh's solo part. I saw like Funk 49 and Life's Been Good, and then whatever they closed with, like Hotel California and shit like that.
That has to be their closing.
I might have
right?
saw like 4 songs. And They played for probably 90 minutes, 2 hours. I'm face down on the lawn, just passed out. I managed to get myself in this Land Cruiser, and my friend Kevin's pretty fucked up too. And we're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. We're not moving, and we're just sitting there with our heads are slumped over. I couldn't, if you wanted to get up and pee on top of me, I couldn't defend myself. I was done. And the last thing I remember hearing was Rick say something like, "Watch out for these two. They look like they want trouble," or "They look like trouble." And then literally, I woke up in the hospital.
Oh, shit.
And they were amateur fighters, apparently. Just wasted and wanting to fuck somebody up. We're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. There's tons of witnesses. All of them are like, these two dudes were slumped over. We were just, easy prey. And they grabbed us from the back and pulled me out of the side because you're facing each other. So I flipped out like you would scuba off a boat, just backwards, right onto my head and neck, knocked out. This dude starts kicking my jaw and breaks my jaw. And I guess people got out and chased them away or whatever. And then all this was given to me in a police report later. That they came, they gave me oxygen, they rushed me to the hospital in an ambulance. They had to stitch me without anything because I had been out for so long. I mean, I had a concussion for 3 months after that. I would get dizzy laying down to go to bed. It was bad. I almost died.
Damn.
And they may have told me not to go to sleep. I don't remember, but I went right to sleep, which you're not supposed to do. Oh, shit. And I remember calling my brother and telling him the whole story. And he goes, "Man, are you serious?" And I go, "Yeah, man. You believe that shit?" And he goes, "No, I mean, you just called me an hour ago and told me this whole story."
Oh, shit.
I didn't remember anything. Nothing. And when I first looked in the mirror at my jaw in the hospital, I couldn't, because I didn't know that it happened.
Uh-huh.
It was just, it was like someone had their fist inside my mouth pushing out. Like, it was so huge. I didn't go to school for a couple of days. And to this day, I don't ever allow myself to get in a position like that where I could be vulnerable in public, ever. And I still drink, but I might have a half a beer. I'm not a huge drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get a hangover, when I do finally sit down and drink, I don't get it in my head. I get it where my jaw was broken.
Oh.
That makes
It's
sense.
all in there.
The muscle memory.
Yeah, it hurts. And I have TMJ as a result of it, which I never had before because the way he broke my jaw.
No, every time you hear Hotel California, do you start crying?
I turn that motherfucker. I break the radio and turn it.
Just smash
I
wine
just
bottles
pour
for no
wine
reason.
See, now you missed it
Oh.
because the last time you came to get a massage, Tate Fletcher showed up
Oh, yeah.
and bumped your ass.
He
So
did.
that was fun.
Mm. Oh. Yeah, I was confused.
We were all confused.
You
I
were
was
in the
like,
same boat. I was like,
Do you live here?
He
I'm
asked
asking
him
him
on
all
the
kinds
way
of weird
out.
questions. I had no idea. Like, this your building too, man? What did I work on? Are you also on it? Is it a two for us? I don't know how it
are
works.
you massaging me and not doing
That's what I was wondering. I was like, is this to be my third male massage?
I
would let it.
didn't
You
know
got
that you
too strong
freelanced
for it.
that way.
Yeah.
It's cool. You're
He's
really
probably
talented.
I was like, I'm not going to be on that dude's podcast. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
No, I was gonna tell Ryan because there was Tate wasn't downstairs and we were coming up and he ran out of a stairwell.
Where did he come from?
Because I think he was trying to walk up the
That's
stairs.
what was weird, because he was already in the building then.
Apparently, someone let him in. They're like, "Oh fuck, Tate Fletcher."
Oh yeah, so
and let
I'm
him
seeing him thinking you're already in the building, so you must. It's an access building. You must live here or something. It's
Yeah.
a really nice building.
It is a nice building. Thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I was just about to be like, "So," and then he popped out, and I was like, "Well, we'll just let them talk." Ryan's like, "Do you live here? That's so cool." And I was like, "Ugh."
The thing that
No.
sucks is if we just would have stuck to the original plan,
It would have been perfect.
everything would have worked out just fantastically. But no.
That's what I get for being flexible.
Should be more of a diva.
You should have. You should have been like, fuck no, Joy.
No, I owed you because I had to reschedule on you last time, so I owed you one.
Okay.
Fair is fair.
Okay, but this, like I said, well, I did say this was going to be the greatest massage, but I don't have a dick and balls, so it'll be the second greatest.
This is the greatest.
She also
Nadia's personal trainer.
She also trains in gymnastics, but only her kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if Brody would do gymnastics. Is your daughter in anything like ballet?
It's funny you say that. I literally got a call. Yes, she is, but I got a call from the preschool while I was walking up here, asking me because she just took they give you like a free gymnastics class to see if you're interested, and they were like calling me to see if we were interested in putting her into gymnastics, and I know she liked it. So she does soccer. She did a little bit of hip hop class.
Oh.
She's gone to a few gymnastics. She was 2 at the time. I think, or just got to 3 or something, and they wouldn't allow parents in the room. You had to go outside and watch, and she wasn't having that shit. So when she realized we weren't allowed, she was like, it's a wrap on this gymnastics.
Tapping out on this.
But also, we could have found one that was more fun. Like, it was fun. It was pretty basic stuff. Other ones I'm seeing online have, like, climbing ropes and foam pits and shit. I'm like, oh, she would have loved that.
Tumbling and everything.
But I also play, I give her a bat and a ball, and she can hit the shit out of the ball.
There you go.
I put her in the alley behind our place, and she hit it up on the balcony. I'm gonna shit myself. I was like, what the fuck?
That's mine!
Yep, she can really hit. She refused to use the tee,
Uh-huh.
which I love. She's good at soccer like I was. She keeps it on her foot. So yeah, I have to decide. But also, I talked to her mom, like, I don't want to be pressured into every fucking activity. She's in music class, which is all of it's great, but I didn't get to do that shit when I was a little kid. You know, now they just guilt you.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want your daughter to learn how to do the Cabbage Patch? I'm like, God, it's $175 for 5 classes? No, I could teach her that.
Put it on YouTube.
I'll show her the worm for free.
It'll be bonding. I'll be a good parent. I taught her things.
That's how I got her mom. I showed her the worm. It was perfect. Yeah, see, we had football for a while. My oldest, he played tackle football.
Yeah.
And then he met a vagina, and that was the end of that.
I love that it was the vagina and not the concussions, broken bones and shit.
He did. He snapped the 2 bones right by his ankle, the tibia and the fibula.
Damn.
Because some lineman stepped on it and snapped it.
Yeah.
It was the first time he was a starter. It was down in Downey. And he was in a cast like up to here for months. No, and then he met a vagina, and then that was the end of that. And then my 12-year-old is not athletic at all because he is mine. And so he plays Magic of the Gathering, which is a card Dungeons and Dragons type game.
Okay.
Oh, it's a card game.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's very good at it. I don't understand a fucking word that he's saying.
I hear you.
The Snarflark has a purple tongue, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying?
I've got 9 of those.
So,
My dice has 23 sides.
yes!
What?
Last year, for his birthday, John took him to the gaming convention, and it's not video games, it's straight up like Dungeons and Dragons and all that.
Oh, yeah?
And John called me, and he's all, they're not speaking English. He's all, Caleb is speaking a different language, Brody's crying, I'm in the corner, I don't know.
Is it weird I'm masturbating? I don't know. I'm so confused.
And then he's all, there's a referee with a beard in a dress, and he's mean. And he's like, and I don't know why he's mean. He's in the dress. You would think he'd have the softer side. And like,
why is there a referee?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because probably they learned the hard way that there were fights. Fist fights were happening at these things.
So
It's just a bunch of inept fighters. Like, no, it's my 23-sided dice. I don't know.
and the craziest thing is,
What would they
John
fight
said-
about?
Brody said that because Brody was like that ref in the dress, and he was And then Caleb's like, yeah, and that dress didn't go with his beard. So
Like, I have more questions about what you think
seriously.
goes with a beard.
Now I want to go to the gaming convention.
and then so Caleb's gonna be 13.
You should do a live massage podcast. for
Oh
the
my
gaming
god.
We got to do
The
one.
snarf. Oh.
convention. You did a live one?
I did.
Yeah.
It was called Quickies, and it was the most fun I've ever had. I put my chair on stage.
Yeah. I was gonna say the chair you use in the store when I'm there. Yeah.
And what we did is it was me, a comedian, and then anybody in the audience could put their name in a bucket.
Mhm.
And I'd pull their name out, they'd get on the chair, and then me and the comedian would roast them.
Do like crowd work and
And then
it was mostly roasting.
it was amazing. And then Joe Dosh was like, Joy, this is fucked up. And I'm like, why? And he's like, you basically invited me to watch you give a massage. And I'm like, that is all right. Point taken. So then I put Joe on the chair, and then Emily came up, and that's when that was the most fun the rest of the night. And they actually shut us down
I
because there
love
wasn't
that.
that
Emily
many.
LaFord. Oh, I love Emily. They
So
shut you down?
They shut us down because there wasn't that many people.
Oh.
And even the bartender was like, no, this is fun. Like, I'm having fun right now.
We're like, that is the best compliment.
So, yeah, Brian Simpson and Joe were like, you need to get this in the belly room. It'll sell out. And so,
Have you done that?
No.
Oh, you should try.
I have been.
Yeah.
I've been buttering Emily up. Every time I
Yeah.
see her, I get her on the chair, and I'm like, look how good I am.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't this be entertaining in front of people up in the room that you control?
I love you. Like,
I think we're gonna try to go for like through the studio.
Oh, downstairs.
Yeah, and see if we can't do something down there, just because they're kind of expanding and stuff. And
Look, you're making my fingers move.
that means you don't have carpal tunnel.
That's good.
That is-
I didn't know that.
That'll
Is
be
that
your-
really what that means?
Yeah, because if I go down like that and your fingers don't move, that means that.
Like if they don't do what you just made them do right
Uh-huh.
there. No shit.
I had a kid, he would come in because he was doing MMA type
Mhm.
stuff, and it would freak him out. He's like, stop doing that. I'm like, it's, well, do you not? And he's like, but do
It's a
my
good
arms.
thing.
I'm like, you're fine.
it's like actual puppetry. Like
Is that the same with the feet?
The feet, I can get your feet to curl, but that's if your dick's in my mouth, so
Oh, wow.
that's a different
Yeah.
podcast.
I remember from the baby stuff that was the Babinski reflex. I think,
Yep.
Where they like take a pencil or something up their little foot, and if the toes don't curl,
Yep.
shit's not right.
Then you got a fucked up baby.
Yeah.
And you should have quit while you were ahead.
Oh.
Sorry, just kidding.
no, she's not, but sure.
Same with like babies, if you put your finger, they'll curl
The
around
hand,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they eat dirt, that's called pick and cribbage.
Is that true?
Yeah, because they're mineral deficient.
Oh.
So
Oh,
like
so they're finding it no matter
Uh-huh.
oh, no shit.
it's like a base primitive thing.
Oh.
That's my weird knowledge on
I love
babies.
Well, you got 3 of them. Well, I used to.
I know.
What's your youngest? How old?
He just